You know, I read the same financial headlines you do. This stock is a rocket ship. Get rich now with this crypto. It's a siren song of easy money. And today, I want to share with you the one piece of advice you'll never see in those headlines. It's the same thing I've told my family, my friends, and my partners at Berkshire for over 50 years. The hard truth is this: 95% of people should not invest in the stock market. At all. Now, I can just feel some of you getting tense. But Warren, everyone says I have to invest to retire. You're trying to keep the little guy down. Number. Quite the opposite. My goal here is to protect you. To stop you from jumping into a game where the odds are stacked against you, before you even understand the rules. If that thought makes you uncomfortable, good. That means you're paying attention. So let's break down why I throw out such a jarring number. It's not because people aren't smart. It's because the very nature of the market preys on natural human behavior. Most people don't approach the market as investors. They approach as speculators, and they don't even know the difference. An investor is an owner. A speculator is a gambler. The investor buys a business. The speculator buys a ticker symbol, hoping it goes up. They think it's a game of quick buys and quicker sells, chasing the next Tesla, the next Bitcoin. Let me give you an analogy. Imagine you walk into a master watchmaker's workshop. You see the beautiful, intricate clocks. You think, how hard can it be? So you grab some gears and springs, start fiddling, and expect to build a Rolex. The result? A useless pile of metal. You haven't built a timepiece. You've created scrap. The stock market is that workshop. 95% of people are fumbling with gears, while the 5% are the watchmakers, patiently assembling masterpieces. The market, in its relentless logic, is a giant machine that transfers wealth from the impatient to the patient, from the emotional to the rational. And I can tell you with absolute certainty, 95% of people are on the wrong side of that transfer. The failure of the 95% boils down to two fatal flaws. Two diseases, if you will, and both are psychological. Disease number one, the illusion of action. People feel that to be successful, they must be doing something. Buying, selling, swapping, tracking, this is a dangerous illusion. The best investment I ever made was not a trade I made, but a trade I didn't make. I bought Coca-Cola in 1988, and I've held it ever since. The 95% can't sit still. They check their portfolios 10 times a day. Their mood is dictated by a green or red arrow. That's not investing. That's a heartbeat monitor for your bank account. It's exhausting, and it's utterly counterproductive. Disease number two, the herd mentality. Humans are tribal. We are hardwired to follow the crowd. When your neighbor tells you he made a fortune on Dogecoin and your barber is giving stock tips, greed kicks in. You have to get in. That's when you buy at the peak. Then, when the news turns sour and panic sets in, and everyone is screaming, "Sell!" the world is ending. Fear takes over, and you sell at the bottom. The 95% are driven by these two primal forces, the fear of missing out and the fear of losing it all. They are a pendulum swinging between euphoria and despair, and they lose money on both swing. But it's not just psychology. It's also a willful ignorance of math. People fall in love with stories. This company is going to revolutionize AI. This token is the future of finance. They buy the narrative. But I buy the numbers. I never fall in love with a company. I fall in love with its financials. If a business is intrinsically worth $50 billion and the market is valuing it at $150 billion, I walk away. It doesn't matter if it's the most exciting company in the world. The math doesn't care about excitement. The 95% are shopping for stories. The 5% are shopping for businesses. We are looking for a wonderful company at a fair price, not a fair company at a wonderful price. The difference is everything. Now, if you're listening to this and nodding, thinking, he's talking about me, I want you to listen very carefully. What I'm about to tell you is the most valuable financial advice I can possibly give you. This is not a condemnation, it's a liberation. If you are in the 95%, Your single greatest investment is not in Apple or Amazon. It is in the person you see in the mirror every morning. You are your most valuable asset. Do not take your hard-earned $1,000 and throw it into a speculative stock you saw on TikTok. That's a lottery ticket. Instead, invest that $1,000 in a course that makes you better at your job. Buy books on accounting, on sales, on leadership. Start that small side business you've been thinking about. Get a gym membership. Improve your health. Your ability to earn an income is the most powerful financial engine you will ever have. It is immune to stock market crashes. It is immune to inflation if you keep improving it. No bear market can take it away from you. Let me give you a concrete 3-step plan. This is what you should be doing before you ever think about buying a single stock. Step 1. Build your fortress. I want you to have 6 months, ideally 12 months, of your living expenses sitting in a safe, boring savings account. This is not investing money. This is your sleep well at night money. This cash fortress means that when your car breaks down or the economy slows, you don't panic. You don't have to sell your investments at a loss to pay the bills. It gives you the ultimate luxury in finance, the luxury of time. Step 2. Slay the dragon. If you have any credit card debt or any loan with a high interest rate, that is your number one financial enemy. Paying off a credit card with an 18% interest rate is the equivalent of earning a guaranteed, risk-free 18% return on your money. Let me ask you, do you think you can consistently find 18% returns in the stock market? I can't. Get rid of the debt first. It's the highest return investment you'll ever make. Step 3. The automatic machine. Only after you have your fortress and you've slain the dragon should you consider the market. And for the 95%, the answer is not stock picking. It's simplicity itself. Set up an automatic monthly transfer into a low-cost S&P 500 index fund. You're not buying a stock. You're buying a slice of the entire American economy. You're admitting you don't know which horse will win, so you're buying the whole racetrack. You automate it, you forget about it, and you let the miracle of compound interest do the heavy lifting for 20, 30, 40 years. This strategy is boring. It requires no genius. But it has historically beaten the vast majority of professionals who try to outsmart the market. Now, for that 5% in the audience who are still here, who heard all this and thought, "No, I want to learn. I want to do the work." For you, the path is different. It is a path of intense study. You must learn to read a balance sheet and an income statement like you read the newspaper. You must develop the temperament to be greedy when others are fearful, and fearful when others are greedy. You must be willing to hold a stock for a decade, even when it's unpopular. This path is not for everyone. It is a full-time discipline, but if you have the passion for it, the rewards can be great. So, we end where we began. My message today is not meant to discourage you from building wealth. It is meant to steer you toward the safest and surest path to get there. True investing isn't about making money quickly. It's about not losing money. It's about consistent, disciplined, and yes, boring habits. Wealth is the transfer of money from the impatient to the patient. So, I'll ask you again, which one are you? If this conversation helped you see the market and your own finances more clearly, then do me a favor. Click that like button. It tells the YouTube algorithm that this is meaningful content, and it helps spread this message of sanity to others who need to hear it. And if you want to continue this conversation, if you want a voice of reason in the noise of the financial world, then the most logical next step is to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. It costs you nothing, but it could be one of the most valuable financial habits you ever form. And remember, the most important investment you ever make is in yourself. Risk your intellect, not your emotions. Thank you for your time. I'll see you in the next video.